Welcome back, y'all. I am Nick Dela Cruz. Thank you for tuning in again. Today, we've got something truly special. It is the world's largest standing concert ever with 1.6 million people. What did I say? The world's largest standing concert with 1.6 million people. My dear friend Burton, he brought his son down, Brandon, and they gave us all the backstage access you could ever want. So what's it like to put on a show of this feat? You're about to find out. If you want to support this channel, please consider doing so. Go over to Patreon, you can do a monthly subscription. It'll help put on shows like this, and you get exclusive access. Or if you want to sponsor a show like this, hit me up, emails below. But without further ado, take it away, Burton.
Hey everyone, today I'm at the beautiful Copacabana beach in the lovely Rio de Janeiro. I am here to mix a show for the iconic pop star Madonna. We're expecting 2 million to 5 million in attendance at this event. So come along with me on this journey as I show you the behind the scenes of how we deploy the audio system as well as mixing the show. We're on our way trying to find Alex, Sully, and Andy. I know they're somewhere in stage world here, working on stuff. Ah! See some PA boys over there working on some build. Let's go say hi. Ready? On three. Three. Yeah. Oh. Say hello to the camera, guys. Oh. Martin. Harrison, say hello to the camera. Yes. Hello, YouTube.
You're looking at a Jordan, a flying
what? I'm the Jordan of Flying PA and the Pippin.
That's Malone. I'm Jordan.
Yeah, and who is he? And here's the Michael of PA.
What's up?
We're trying to find Andy, Sully, and Alex. See where they're at.
Oh, I know where they are.
Oh, okay, yeah. Vanilla ice, checking it twice, getting it twice, get the Sims. All right. Man, literally talking about being in the belly of the beast. As you can see, all the way down there is the main stage. I'm currently standing at the very second to last delays. I think delay number 7. If you could take a look at that, right? The reason why I'm not at delay 8 is because there's a local stage being set up right behind us, I guess, to take care of the festivities after the show. But here I am, in the belly of the beast, delay number 7, and as you can see, the main stage goes all the way down there. So let's make our way up all the way to my mixing station at front of house where I'll be mixing the show from. So take a journey along with me on this wonderful, beautiful beach as we walk up to main stage. As you can see behind me, all the delay towers are made up of K1, K2 combination elements and the KS28 subs. I believe we have done it in a end firing configuration, and all of this is done because we don't want that low end energy to spill behind. We want everything moving forward positively and together. Wilson! And here we are, the final end point, delay stack number 1, as we enter into main stage territory, which we call the bubble. I'm tired. What are those?
Yeah, we're just running them on the flat reset right now. Check directionality easier with the cardio. Copy that.
Andy's checking all the delays right now.
All right, Frank, this should be down.
And if you take a look at this screen, I mean, it looks like a matrix of just red dots. But
Yep. Upstage reverse. Yep.
he has to do this 16 times over. These guys work hard.
All right, guys, let's move on to the bottom circuit of K2.
Hey, you want to tell the audience of what you're doing right now real quick? Or are you too busy?
So right now we have 2 PA techs walking the beach. They're checking each circuit, or they're checking the PA hangs circuit by circuit to make sure that all of the zoning control groups are the same from bottom to top.
So in each stack, what did you have? Because I thought it was just K1s and K2s and the KS28s, I think.
So, and then there should be the K1 SPs up top. So in each one, it's 4 K1 SP over 8 K1 and then 4 K2 for downfills. Underneath each hang is 4 or 8 SP28s with a 3-to-1 cardioid ratio unfired together. Yeah, that was all the K1 SP. We'll just do all of those together because it doesn't matter how they are circuited. So let's move on to delay tower 2, please. All right.
Yeah, back to, you said there were after the main stack, then you went down to what other
So
stuff?
each delay tower has 4 K1 SP over 8 K1 and then 4 K2 for downfill.
Motors on the PA.
So it's 4 K1 SP over 8 K1 with 4 K2 for downfill. Underneath each one is 2 clusters of SP28s. Each cluster is 3 forward with 1 back, and then there's another one 5 feet in front of it, and then those are delayed together to end fire, which will keep the sound moving forward down the beach, not backwards.
Genius. Hey guys, I'm with Peter from Gabby Sum. He's been taking care of us here. He's provided all the great service and boxes also, and we're so thankful for them to be able to pull this off for us. Got anything you want to say with the camera? Anything about the system or anything like
It's
that?
a hell of a system.
Yeah.
Something like 700 boxes altogether. It's a lot of stuff. I didn't know we had that much shit.
Well, now they know. So if you guys come down to Brazil, you know they got it. That's good.
All right, guys.
All right, here we are, guys. Finally, at the heart of it all, where all the mixing decisions are made. I have on my left hand here my outboard rack, and as you know, that I sum out of the console into the neve, the Liebert Neve 5059, and that does all my analog summings after it's converted from the Andiamo to the Rectal. That goes in there, and then I have Madonna's vocal chain right here. Up until about this point is the main or the first part of her vocal chain, and then everything after that is a parallel compression of the original tonal signal and her vocal microphone. Down beneath, I cover all the drum stuff, and again I parallel again on the drums just to help it out. And then everything goes through this master section here, and the SSL Fusion is the first in the line. The Manly, the Moog, and the Clairphonic is actually on an insert after it's not in line, but it's an insert into the Fusion. And then that goes into the compressor, which I use to gain up the mix to a working level, and then obviously the better make a limiter, and then that is all converted back again from the dangerous into AES to the lake, and then that goes off to the sound system. I also have the bass and the music in a parallel, as well as the background vocals in a fatso, just to tame the highs of the vocals. It's kind of like working like a de-esser also. We're really fantastic unit. One of the best units, like one of my favorite tools to have. And also in this fatso, I have also in this fatso, I just use the clipper there also. I'm a big fan of using distortion to some extent, or clipping to some extent, to reduce peaks and to smooth things out so that we can get higher RMS. Endies here, we are just almost ready to fire up on our first delay tower. It's probably been sitting here for a good hour and a half while they just did 16 stacks of a monstrous PA, right?
Yeah, verification and just making sure that all the drivers are circuited correctly and in polarity with each other.
Yeah. So I think at this point in time, we're going to go ahead and fire up one of the delays, and we're going to tune it out, look at it, see what we got. Here we go.
Cool. All right.
And of course, behind me is
Yeah, Burton, we're ready
the
now.
S6L. Okay, got you. We got the S6L and S6L, and that's where I do all the mixing from. It's a great console. I run some Waves plugins as well as some third-party plugins, and everything is clocked off the Antelope. Yeah, and that's it. That's the heart of it all.
I'm gonna give you lots of good info once this is all in.
All right, Andy, I'm good to go. House right delay 1. And all this low end is...
That's from close proximity to the K1. What you see here, this is the phase plot of the output of the speaker. So each one of these traces here, each color is a different measurement microphone. And basically what we're trying to do here is line them up so that the sound has a linear arrival time across all of the measurement positions. Which is interesting here is that because we're on a beach with all of this wind, the higher frequencies on this side of the graph are more susceptible to variance in arrival time because they're shorter wavelength. So the wind has more impact on our perception of the movement of HF and higher frequencies.
You couldn't just do a shelf?
I'm trying to, but I can't get anything close to linearity with all the wind. I feel like that's, can I see the individual traces? I feel like that's pretty close to where we want to be.
You know the Greenwich boy? Sell it now.
Westport.
Now
They were our rival, but
now we
I
got
think I
top
fixed that.
dollar.
Greenwich was
Sell.
Greenwich was our rival in football. We lost to them every Thanksgiving.
Sell now, bro. With top dollar. Man, ladies and gentlemen, this is a special moment for me. I'd like to introduce to you You know how they say there's always a Batman and Robin, that kind of thing, and well, there's a brains of this operation, and then there's a front man. I'm just the front man, but I really want to introduce you to the brains. You see, I have these ideas, and I say, I need this, and this, and this, and this, and then these ideas are taken, but then they're refined and they're put into scientific ways, and like being on the creative side of things, sometimes you just go on feeling and you just go on what you think, like I want this and that, not understanding what it takes to be able to support that thought. But I'm so thankful that I've met this individual. I'm so amazed at such skill, and such skill that can arise in such a short time to come out and do some just fabulous, fantastic work. I want to introduce to you guys my SE for this run and for this amazing day in this show. I said it's a bittersweet day to him when he walked in. He goes, "There's nothing bitter about this day. It's all great." And for him and I, we know why we say all of that. But I want to introduce to you a very special individual, a special person, a person that I've grown to know well and really admire. Great skill, one of a kind. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my SE, Andy Fitton. He is the brains behind all of this. When we had our challenges and so forth, and we were told we had to work around certain parameters and all of that, and it just drove us crazy. And him and I were like, well, we got to do it the right way, and that's it. And we're fighting for that no matter what. But I want Andy to take over and just basically go through, everything that was in his head, everything I threw at him, and coming up with this amazing, I want to say, key of success to what we're doing today. I mean, it's amazing. When I first started, you had some computer aided things, but it's amazing to see how much what's in the box actually translates to real life now, and it's actually so darn close that you can really trust it. Sound vision is quite a tool that we were able to. Andy was able to just say, hey, I think this is gonna work. I think this is what it is, and then to come out here and actually see that concept come to life, and to see like a great mind like this spend the time and give it his all and basically get this result, right? And I'm like, yeah. Wow, take it away, bro.
All right, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, and then you guys could.
So my name's Andy. I'm the system engineer for Madonna's Celebration Tour. So really what I do is all of the design for the sound system. So it's kind of like if Burton is an artist or a painter, I'm setting up the canvas. If he's a golfer, I'm the caddy. So I guess the best place to start is with our main cluster right here. So this is all L acoustic speakers. For the mains, we have a 24 box deep K1 hang, which comprises of 16 boxes of K1 in the middle right here. So the K1 has a 5-degree vertical dispersion, so they're really great at getting a long throw down the beach, which is super important because we're trying to cover like 1 million people with the sound here. So this hang is comprised of 16 K1 with 2 K2 for downfill, and then 6 K1 SB up top. Now the important part of this array is that when you're working with line arrays, your line length and how tall the array is governs the vertical directivity of the array. So with this array being about 35 feet tall, naturally a sound source will be omnidirectional like this, but with a long array like that, it narrows the beam and it lets us throw the sound downfield. Something that's really important with this array is that if you look up top, the K1 SB has no horn in it. It's only the 15-inch low drivers. So when you fly those on top of the K1, it lengthens the line for the low frequencies and gives you a greater degree of pattern control without any of the harsh comb filtering that you would get from setting K1 with mid and high drivers at a flat inter-element angle. So this, in an application like this, where there's so much humidity, we don't need as much HF energy as we would in places like Coachella or outside at other music festivals, because the humidity in the air helps the sound travel downrange so much easier. Now, this K1 main right here is full range. It goes down to about 35 hertz, but it's complemented with some KS28 dual 18 subwoofers behind it. And when you fly the subs behind the K1 mains, it does two things. It extends the frequency response of the system down to about 25 hertz, so you can hear those really low bass notes. But then also, we delay the K1 to the mains so that as sound is traveling forward, it cancels out the sound behind to reduce the amount of sub energy on stage. In this KS28 array right here, you'll also see that every fourth speaker is turned around and facing backwards. This is called a cardioid array. So what that does is cancel out the sound moving backwards while also retaining the same SPL moving forwards. And then when you have that cardioid rejection coupled with the end fire rejection, you just keep the sound moving downfield. In addition to this cluster, we have two more sets of speakers on the ground here. These are our front fills. These are called Clara from L Acoustics. These are really just to fill in this area right here at the bottom of the array with the mid and high frequencies. And then over here, this block of subs, same concept. It's almost like a front fill sub because, like I said before, when you have this kind of long line length, your vertical directivity becomes so narrow that there's actually not a lot of energy right here, right at the base of these speakers. So having both these subs and these mains right here helps fill in this area at the base of the array. All right, so here I am at the upstage most part of the PA system. Those sets of speakers right there, that's actually the first thing that the rest of the system going all the way down the beach is timed against. So I guess to start up here, this is 12 K2 speakers. I chose these for the corners because they have this really cool technology called PanFlex, which lets you mechanically adjust the horizontal dispersion of the high frequency drivers. So in applications like this, where I want to keep noise off the stage, you can close the horns to get a 70-degree horizontal dispersion, which lets me fire the sound in between the mains and the outfills moving forward without washing the sound over onto the stage or out where it would be interfering with the outfills. Yeah, with these subs, you'll notice that none of them are in cardioid, but what I did was have an asymmetrical arc sub so that the sound, instead of being projected forward, is being projected out like this. And when you do that arc sub, it also creates rejection in the back to reduce the back wave of the array and reduce noise pollution for the rest of the crew on stage. And then over here, you'll just see a 3-stack of Cara for front fills to fill in the first few rows of the audience. All right, so here I am in the VIP pit for the stage. If you look around us, VIP guests will be here in the crowd inside the runways. So it was super important that we kept really good sound coverage in this area without having any of the sound bleed onto the stage. So for this area right here, for me, I've always gone back to my sound roots of doing sound for nightclubs. So the opportunity to do a system with speakers all around the audience was like second nature to me. So if you look over here, you'll see some more KS28s with Cara on top. That sort of serves as the main stack for this system. And then underneath each of the runways here, these cutouts, we have speakers mounted inside the stage to give the guests here a 360 experience. And those speakers keep going through all of the runways. You can see them right here, over there. They're all around you. All right, so here you can see the area that I spend most of my time in as a system engineer when I'm designing line arrays. This program is called Sound Vision from L Acoustics. So the company that makes the loudspeakers, they also make CAD software to do the 3D modeling, and then the network manager here that lets me control all of the amplifiers when I'm on site. So in this software, this is a 3D model of all of the speakers that we have here in the venue. And this lets me sort of build the sound in a computer model. And then this lets me tell the riggers and the rest of the audio crew where to put the speakers and how to aim them. So what's really cool about this software is that it has all of these impact points that let me reference how loud the speaker will be at any given point. And then in addition to that, I can create an SPL mapping right here. That's almost like a heat map for how loud it's going to be at a given frequency anywhere on site. So here you can only see the mains, outfills, and our upstage corner hang right there. But this ensures that we're going to get consistent SPL coverage everywhere in the venue. So right here, this is a window that I spend most of my time in when I'm designing line arrays. This is the source cut view right here. So this is a bisect view of my main array. If you zoom in, you can see it right here. And then each one of these lines shows where each speaker is pointed. So there you go. Here you can see where each speaker is pointed and how far away it's aimed at the crowd. And then down here, you can see the SPL target. So right here, you basically see two traces. These dotted lines here, that's the target for where I want the HF response of the PA to be over distance. So on the Y column right here, this is SPL. And then in the X column, this is distance. So as you get farther away from the PA, you can see that the high frequency response trends from higher to lower. Now, this second trace right here, the solid blue trace, that is the low frequency SPL target from 80 to 250 hertz. And I just make sure that both of these lines trend together so that we have an even SPL or an even frequency response across all distances. Here you can see multiple different impact points through the throw of the array overlaid on top of each other. So you can see that they're all trending together so that Burton's mix will translate to anywhere in the audience and make it sound the same. So what's really cool with this array is, like I said before, it's comprised of 3 different speakers. These yellow lines, this is the K1 mains. These green lines signify the K1 SP that's flown on top. What this lets you do is increase the line length so that you have a more narrow vertical directivity of that 80 to 250 hertz band. So this lets you make it so that your low mids will throw farther. And then the fact that you can have a tighter SPL response from front to back with the low mids means that your HF can trend with it and get you more volume to throw farther.
Oh my gosh! What are you on a job interview or something? What's going on? What is it? What time are you guys on stage? What? What time are you guys on stage? Oh my god! How come he has a collared L Acoustic shirt? None of us have one.
Because I am classy. I am extremely classy. Yeah, I mean, this is the beauty of outside, right? I mean, that's 1/6 octave, and like, look at the coherency of the low end. I mean, these are just bounces from your microphone.
Yeah, of course.
That low frequency is wonderful. Yeah, that's crazy excellent.
Do you think it would be a good idea to have like a preset EQ page to revoice it from this target curve to what they want? Would you consider building something like that?
No, I mean, first off, it's always terrifying to say to revoice it, right? Because at some point, that's everything we're trying to not do is to revoice the PA. I think you're always safe, right? Finding whatever their low frequency contour is. Like, to me, that's what it is up here. They can do whatever they want in terms of filtering, but if you give it to them here, they can take it out, unless they specifically say, I would like to start being that. But at the top of the tour, if you can get them to manage the top end themselves as a mix issue, and you just give them the low frequency contour they want, I think you're in a good place.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, that's always the safe thing, is to, much like modeling, leave the top end, but manage the low end.
Okay. Cool, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about that too is, out of the gate, like, you have to keep in mind that there's going to be a measure of creep over the tour, right? And you don't want the creep to start down here, and keep going down. So that's another thing. To the best of your ability, keeping that top end intact is probably the money.
Man, I'm here with one of my closest and dearest friend, confidant, support. Like, gosh, bro, this man has been with me from day one. Even before we started, we were discussing this in another continent.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
Wow. When I said Andy was the brains, I was the front, well, I want you guys to meet the glue of it all. The man that not only is an engineer, not only is an SE, not only is a great person, but he's a fantastic leader, manager. This is my crew chief, and let me tell you this, man. This would have not been possible without this guy right here, Mr. Frank Peoples. 100% genuine, good person. I hardly ever had to ask Frank for anything. The level of consistency Frank brought to the table with the crew, handling myself, handling other people, handling all of this, making decisions. I mean, you couldn't have had a better person on such a demanding tour. And just to...
Definitely demanding. Definitely demanding.
Definitely demanding, right? And now, Frank, after those cold days in Surrey, to now this, to see that you have kept it all together to this moment, how do you feel, man?
I guess I'm kind of relieved. Honestly relieved. Like, this is, I mean, I think a lot of it too, what's helped is having a crew. Like, we all meshed well together. I mean, we've had a few hiccups here and there, but I mean, I think it's just part of the drama of being gone and the schedule that we were on. I mean, it was kind of grueling.
Yeah.
And especially, being with an artist, who works as much as long as she does, like the crew, I think, man, that was a huge relief to me, not having to worry about anything.
Yeah.
You have your little concerns here and there, but for doing their gig, like, I was confident in everyone. Like, I didn't have to worry about anyone not doing their gig. I think that's what made this happen.
That's so powerful what you said about, I'm confident in knowing that everyone will do their jobs. One of the things I always say as a good leader is that a good leader knows how to put his soldiers in the right position, not for them to fail or get killed.
Yeah, I don't want anyone
failing.
No.
To know what they're capable of, and that's it takes a smart leader to understand what he's working with, and that's certainly this man right here, guys. So how many times you wanted to quit on this, Frank? Be honest now.
I wanted to quit this morning when I woke up. I was like, I don't want to do this.
One more.
One more, I guess we'll do it. But no, I mean, it 100%. I had to. I mean, and especially to you for making it easy. This could have been way overcomplicated this or do whatever, but no, you you flew with the punches. Like you were like, oh, okay, let's try this, let's do this. Or if we came with a suggestion, you were like, oh, let's try it, or let's do it. Like you know, there was never any pushback from anyone really. It was always like everyone was always like, all right, let's try it, especially you. So that made it a lot easier also. And to be honest with you, every day we've had fun. We can always complain and gripe about something all day long. Because we had a little bitch session for a good hour or so every day. Then after that, it was goofing off. But you know, we had fun. Like, and I think that's what made this why everyone lasted as long as they did this whole run. You know, we've had a few casualties, a few losses on the crew, but it was for, you know, they had better things to go on to, and you know, things didn't work out. But for the core crew, that made my job a lot.
Yes. Well, this is the legend, guys, Mr. Frank Peoples. I don't know where you're gonna see him next, but he's in this industry for, you know, as long as he wants to, basically. I mean, this man has done it all. He knows it all. A tremendous resume, a tremendous person. Gosh, if you guys ever get him on your crew, you have nothing but absolute bliss. Anything else you want to say?
Man, no, just thank you for giving me the opportunity to come out here and wear ourselves out and have fun. I mean, it's been fun. It's as many, the lack of sleep that we've had and the grueling schedule, like it's like, to look back on it, it's like, yeah, we had fun.
Good.
Yeah.
Is this is the stage? It's exactly the same stage that you're using, like in the whole tour, or it has some some changes?
Yeah. So the physical stage itself and the video screens that you see all the way at the back of the stage, that's all identical to the rest of the tour. However, most of the tour was in arenas when we had roofs with overhead rigging points. So there was speakers above the audience, along with lights and other like gags such as the gantry truss, where you could fly around the room. For this show, we've gotten rid of that because it's an open air beach stage. So we had to retool a lot of things. Specifically with the sound system, we're looking at more of a traditional PA rather than something that's overhead. So, you know, we have mains, outfills, and we're also trying to throw a lot farther with the system too, covering the audience, you know, over there and all the way down the beach. Whereas in an arena, we just have to cover, you know, 20,000 people in one room. So we really had to scale up the whole system, because as the audience changes, we need to change the sound system to match.
Yeah, I didn't have thought about like the people on.
He's good, isn't he?
The street. Yeah.
The whole design process took a couple months, and quite frankly, we were still designing as we got here. But yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that. It's a collective work.
Yeah.
All right, guys, this is the moment. Just got the two DJs out the way, getting ready to go up, do the show. Last and final one. Crowd is amazing. They're energized, they're pumped, ready to go. System sounds great. Air is nice and cool. It's about to be a good one tonight. Hey, bro. We did it. We did it. Yeah, let's finish it. Woo! What are you gonna do?
Wow, this whole warm today. You know what I've noticed that? How I look. damn, I look good. Ladies and gentlemen, theys and thems. I know y'all been waiting a long time for this one, honey. Some of y'all probably waited 40 years for this, as a matter of fact. Now it's currently 2024, but let's take a step back, shall we? In fact, let's go all the way back. The year is 1978. The place is New York City, the greatest city in the world. And little they know, their biggest and brightest star is actually on the way. It's true. Picture it. 19 at LaGuardia Airport in Queens with $35. Here's 35 bucks. Use this to become a star. And not just some star, you need to become the undisputed queen of pop. Now, ask yourself, when did you first fall in love with her? How many of you gagged when she kissed Britney Spears on live TV at the VMAs? And I went crazy when she showed these bitches how to do a halftime Super Bowl show. Now, she taught us a lot over the years, that's true. Taught us all how to dance. Oh, I love that one. Taught us how to express ourselves. Taught us how to party. And she taught us how to fuck. And tonight, I need you all to turn up because this is not just a show. This is not just a concert. This is not just a party. It's a celebration, bitches.